welcome to another episode of InteSoul Leadership. This is Yvette Owens, your host, and we come every week representing leaders, supporting leaders, making sure that leaders are girded up and know that they have the support in this podcast, in the work that we do, to make sure that they show up strong, confident, and authentic, because it's our goal to touch 1 million leaders, making sure that we change the trajectory of what leadership has looked like in the past. And what do we mean by that? We want leaders to sound different, to even look different. And that doesn't mean if you're a leader, we're looking for someone else. That means that you just take a different posture and a different appearance about yourself, because it comes from a different space of authenticity and a different space of intentionality. And then we want to make sure that once you're looking different and you're sounding different, then we are going to be able to leave people feeling different. And that's what we need to do as we help people navigate into the new spaces that we're going into. There's so much change that has happened in our society, and that we still hear about changes that are coming. And how do we really address that? How do we get to make sure that we're not around by every wind? We're not hanging on to every bit of things that people are saying that this is going to happen and that's going to happen, but we can stand stable and sure in the spaces that we're in, so that our people can have a safe space where they can stand and be safe and stand sure and confident that the vision that you started out with, you're absolutely committed to fulfilling. Today, I wanted to talk about resilience. We've had some amazing guests over the last few weeks, and I wanted to circle back and just over the next couple of episodes, talk about some of those concepts that we've talked about with our guests, so that it sticks and stays. You all know that I like to say that a lot. Whatever we're doing, we need to be able to go from idea to installation to implementation. And you can't do that unless you really get the concepts, you embrace them, and you make them stick and stay so they're sustainable for you and the people who you invited along on your journey for the vision. It's about completing the vision. It's about being a finisher and not just about starting something and never completing it. No one wants to just start something and not complete it. People will easily get familiar with a pattern of a leader who just starts something and then changes their mind and does something else, and changes their mind and does another thing. When we talk about agile change leadership principles, that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about as you introduce new ideas or new elevations or innovations or ingenuity to what you already created and started to work on, that you are being very flexible in how it's going to impact what you already have in play, what you've done in the past, so that it matters as you're going to in the future. And you're not jerking your vision around. And when I say that, it can feel like a very jerk start, stop feeling when you take people from this idea of your vision to something that's totally unrelated, totally off track, and you're not helping them see the connection, and they're not ever seeing the results or the fruit of the work that they've done. So that brings me to the topic today of resilience. Yeah, that's a lot that I've said, but resilience is really, how do you create an environment where your folks can feel and know that whatever comes, whether the tide comes in or the tide goes out, whether it feels like a tsunami or whether it's a hurricane or whether there's a rain coming through, all of those are just analogies to how we somehow feel in our businesses and how we can make other people feel. But regardless of the change and the shift that comes, or the change in our marketplace that causes us to change, the desire for us to grow market share, and that requires us to take on more initiatives or pivot into focusing on one specific area so that we can really capture that market share as opposed to doing many different things, it means that we have to build a team that, one, trusts us enough to go where we're leading. That's how first part of resilience. Do they trust you enough that when you say, this is what I see coming down the pike, this is what I see that I think we need to go, where we need to go. And when you see that and you say those things, have you built up enough equity, trust equity with your teams that they will shift and go with you? Trust is a part of resilience. Also, when everyone is confident in the strength of your leadership, the organization, and the team, then they know that they can overcome anything, even if you've never tackled it before. If they understand that I know that we have these skill sets and this skill set, and we've conquered this before, and you remember what you've done before, and you can now expand on it. If they know that people around them are continuously nurturing their skill set and continuing to learn from other people within the organization and external to the organization, there's nothing better than to also be able to look outside to something that might not seem quite aligned to where you're going. But when you really dig deep into it, those ideas that they're doing over there, or that how they've been able to be successful over there, could translate into something that you can now adapt to your space. So we talked about, do they trust you? 2, do they see the quality in the expertise and the skill set and the knowledge of people around them? The way we as leaders can help them see that is we share and shine and highlight everyone's experiences. We highlight when they've been successful. We highlight when they've helped us overcome and reach a certain milestone or reach a goal. We highlight those skill sets so that people know, hey, I'm surrounded around greatness. And oh, by the way, I'm one of the great. So when we highlight those things for people, then they know this is a team that's not just going to be wishy-washy. It's not just going to be a team that really doesn't know what they're doing. And most important, it's not a team that's not committed. And so that's the third thing. We talked about trust. We talked about being surrounded around people who really have skills and continue to grow their skills, continue to use their knowledge, continue to collaborate strong in their lane where they can bring the most to the table. But most of all, and third, are you committed to the vision where you want to go and what you're asking them to help you with? How committed are you to it? Again, if they know that this is what you talk, this is what you live, this is what you breathe, you still can say it and you don't mind saying what the vision is, where you're going, you're committed to seeing it, and you're committed for the right reasons. Who will it serve? Who will it impact greatest and for the positive? How will it also, when we help those through either the products that we're bringing forth or the services that we're bringing forth, we want to do it because of a quality of life we're going to give people, or a quality of work environment, or a quality of being able to achieve even greater than what they've ever achieved. When you're committed to your why and why you're doing what you're doing, then people will say, we're going to stand the test of time because we're doing it for the right reason. Are you doing it for the right reasons? Are you really committed to the vision and the work that you are doing and you're assigned to? Now, I know we can all come into a job every day, and that's a job. Or let's go there. We can even come into a career every day. But if you're coming into those things because you just want to get to the next money level, you just want to get to the next position, and you just want to see how high you can go, and you're really not committed to the work at every one of those levels, then you're missing out. Yes, you are missing out on opportunities to really consume everything that you could learn in that space, and consume how it can embrace how it can really transform the lives of your team and the people around you. Now, some might say, okay, Yvette, that's a little deep. We're talking about the workplace. This is just a career, and this is just a job. Okay, you just proved it. If it's just a job, if it's just a career, then I would question your level of commitment. Now, you might say, I'm committed. I work all my hours and I do what I'm asked to do. I try to do my best. That's great. But in your heart, do you really know why you're doing it? Just asking. Do you see beyond yourself? Because when you see beyond yourself, your team's members see beyond themselves, because they can see you seeing beyond yourself as a leader. Then that's what resilience means. I'm going to stick and stay to the assignment because I get how important this is for where it's going to take our clients, where it's going to take our customers, and then where it's going to take our organization. Let's do things because of the greater good, which gives us that resiliency, as opposed to doing things for the individual good, for my good. Where is it going to lead me? And I'm not saying that's not important. I'm not. I'm saying resiliency comes. I can stand and say, I'm going to finish this race no matter what, because I believe, let's just take me for instance, I'm going to finish the race of continuing to build and nurture DestinySpeak, which is the company on which InteSoul leadership is about. I'm going to stay with the podcast and with bringing you great, rich information around leadership, because I know that leadership matters. And if we have strong, correct mindset of leaders, then we build safe environments for workers, and we build safe services and products for our clients and our customers. There's no other way, because the moment you become selfish in this space, or more focused on your individual goals. And again, don't shut me off, because I'm saying your goals and your ideas and what you need from this is important, but it cannot be the only thing. But when I care about the greater good first, then it will help me push past those hard years. Okay, those hard days. It will cause me to get into an innovative space, a creative space. How can I make this better? Not only so I don't have to deal with some of the things that I'm dealing with, but so those who I'm serving, the team that I'm working with, so that they're going to feel better about what they're doing. And they adopt the same position and the same practices that I am as a leader. For all of you leaders who are doing that and approaching that and haven't had the opportunity to have somebody articulate that for you and share it, I'm so glad that I'm able to do that today, so that you can hear it back and you can say, man, I'm doing a great job. For those who have not thought about it in that way, it's my honor to be able to present it to you so that you can think about it and see how it applies to you and how you can now incorporate it into what you're doing as a leader. I am here to help you not only through these broadcasts, but I also coach in group leadership teams and one-on-one leadership coaching. I am here to help you be the very best, to be that new voice, to bring forth that new look, and to leave people feeling so much better because they worked with you, because they worked alongside you, and you helped them become even greater. Reach out to me at DestinySpeak.com, my website. You can see our services. You can see all that we provide. There's courses, there's books. My books are there. We have events that are coming up. There we do workshops. I'm a speaker. I'm happy to come into your organization and speak to your teams or speak to your organization about how we can step up as a leader. And guess what? Everybody is a leader in some capacity or other. And I have people focus on that aspect of it. Yes, some people are building businesses, some people are scaling the corporate ladder, but in all of that, how you serve as a leader, that's what matters most. And that's what will actually open up doors of opportunity for you that you're going to feel good about. I know some of us just get tagged on the shoulder and say, hey, we need you over here. And you go over there and it's like, what do I do next? You call Yvette, you call me so that I can coach you and we can get you comfortable, because those first 90 days in a position are critical. The first 90 days in any new position, especially if you're a leader, are critical. And I help people, whether it's your first 90 days as a leader or whether you're a seasoned leader and you just there's got to be something else that I need to do or something that I need to revisit, and I need the help of a coach. I'm here for you. Let's talk. Reach out to me. Again, you can reach out to me on my website and you can connect with me there. You can email me at vision2reality@destinyspeak.com, or you can even call 860-602-8879. My website, my email, and my phone number will be in the show notes. So resilience, how firmly are you planted so that no matter what comes, you know how to stand firm and confidently in that space as you become creative in getting you and your team beyond that point. That's what resilience is about, that we can stay together, we can stay on the same page together, we can build together, we can create together because we trust our leader, we're confident in the skill sets of the people around us, and we're committed to the work that we're called to do. It's my pleasure to share with you, and remember, I'm here for you as you scale and grow in your leadership. Thank you.